Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are tonight's entertainment. You may know the name, but you don't know the game, because today we will be taking a look at the KuBianBao. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I'm going to go with it. The KuBianBao KBB MP-10V. But first, let's take a quick look at the packaging, which, right at the end, I gotta say, beautiful artwork. Props to whoever drew this. This is amazing. Now, describe this in a word: Prime. Yes, it is a Beast Wars reference. Yes, that is a Beast Wars reference. But just take a quick look. KBB Master Classical Series, the MCS-01, KBB MP-10V, alloy parts, ages 6+, which I think that is a lie. This thing is not meant for 6-year-olds. KuBianBao, we got a QR code, go ahead, free scan on me, you're welcome. On the bottom of the box, words and things, another barcode, go ahead, free scan on me, warnings, barcodes, top of the box, KBB Master Classical Series, MCS-01, picture of the toy. On this side of the box, you got, MCS-01 KBB Master Classical Series with another picture of the toy. On the other side of the box, MCS-01 KBB Master Classical Series and another picture of the toy. And on the back of the box, you got the Matrix, and then Transform. I actually do like this picture. On the bottom here, you have a list of the parts that are done in die-cast, and a rundown of the accessories. And then inside the box is the instructions, which I'm not going to bother pulling out because it's kind of a pain. But let me fix my backdrop, my very weak backdrop. But here is KBB MP-10V, which is a Voyager class scaled knockoff of the Takara Tomy MP-10 Masterpiece Optimus Prime. Now, back when MP-10 came out, that figure was a masterpiece of a figure. That thing was amazing, as was this. But I feel like in recent year, with the advancements in the Generations lines had, especially with the new release of the SS-86 Commander Optimus, that figure just dwarfs this figure in my opinion. That figure is amazing. Oh, I'm very happy with the Commander Optimus. I don't own it, but I want to own that one. That figure is amazing. Granted, it's a Commander figure, and yet the Commander figures have yet to really disappoint. But anyway, back when this figure came out, though, this figure was really good, and in some cases it still does hold up. Like, look wise, this thing looks phenomenal. It's the closest to G1 you had at the market at the time. Because at the time, all you had was the Classics Optimus, which, while it was a really good figure, it was very stylized for G1. Same thing with Combiner Wars, except not as good as Classics. And they had the Titans Return Voyager, which is just a remold of Octane. Literally, the only difference was that it had smaller wings and a different nose cone. In the road mode, it kind of looked like the G2 Optimus, like the Laser Optimus, except in G1 colors, which didn't make it work at all. And then, yeah, the Power Master technically you did the Power Master Optimus, but that really isn't more G1, that's more of a, like, that would be more, that's not really considered the G1 Optimus. Then you have the Power of the Primes Optimus, which Power of the Primes had a pretty cool idea of taking the cab and turning it into an Orion Pax figure, and then with a bit of Optimus in there, like the chest. The chest and the head was inside the cab, and then the trailer became the rest of the body, like the lower torso, the ab section, the arms, and the legs were in the trailer, which was a really cool idea, and I think it was executed pretty good. But around the same time as Power of the Primes was coming out, the Studio Series line had just started, and with Studio Series, most of the Transformers figures engineered for a more young adult audience got really, really good, in my opinion. Like, that era, once the Studio Series line started, Transformers got really good the mainline stuff got really good. But focusing on this figure itself, it's obviously MP-10. If you're not familiar with the MP-10 mold, well, here's your introduction to MP-10. But as you can see, nice chrome for the grille and the bumper here, and the front headlights. You got the silver stripe going all across the body, silver trim for the windshields and windshield wipers, silver for the side view mirrors, which on the original MP-10, these could actually fold in. Same for these smokestacks here. These could slide up and down. Here, they're just a solid piece done in chrome. You got yellow for the taillights, which I believe these weren't painted on MP-10. I could be wrong. I don't own MP-10. You got silver for the wheel well here, as well as some black. Now, on the original MP-10, this bit, like inside here and inside here, had some grading detail. That's not present here, but I don't really mind the absence. Rubber tires, and then chrome for the rims. I'll get into all the die-cast bits on this figure, because there's a lot. You got chrome gas cans. Got a silver trim for this wheel well. You got a bit of gray here. And you see you got a trailer hitch molded in here and the 2 slots for the trailer itself. And even though this figure itself doesn't come with a trailer, I do believe there's an upgrade kit that this company made that has the trailer, roller, and the spike minifigure that the original MP-10 came with, because this figure does not have it. Silver there for the top here, and then yellow and red for the tail lights. And yeah. Obviously, if you open the windshields, yeah, there's his head, and there's the slots for the Sam. Wrong universe. Spike figure could sit in. Those were kept for this figure, but yeah. Still, it looks amazing. So there's the top, there's the bottom, not that much kibble. And it does roll very smoothly. Thanks to pinned wheels and rubber tires, he does roll very smoothly. And yeah, let me roll over this right quick so you can get down to the comparisons. For comparison, I've got a lot of figures here. And I'm not just going to be doing G1 Optimus, I'm just going to be doing primes throughout the year. Like different iterations of Optimus we've gotten. So to start off, it's going to be kind of weird, I know, but I'm using it to do the current, this version of the mold. But here's the Legacy Velocitron Scourge, which is based off the G2 Laser Prime mold. Yes, I'm keeping the trailer. Take this off really quick. Do a bit of height difference. He's much taller, but also much wider. Not as tall, but definitely as wide. So there you have that. This might be a weird one, but I don't really care. Here he is with the Siege Galaxy Upgrade Optimus. Since this is our current version of like Cybertron Optimus, I'm basically comparing G1 to other versions. So yeah, I was obviously going to be a leader class. So it's obviously going to be, you know, much taller. Here he is with the Legacy United Animated Universe Optimus, which I recently acquired. I don't own a version of the Earthrise Prime mold for a more Earth-based comparison. The closest Earth-based comparison I have, even though it's not technically the right truck. Here is the Studio Series 05 Optimus. And I just infuriated all the G1ers in watching this video because Bayverse! No! But yeah. So there's that. And for one final comparison, here he is with Siege Voyager Optimus. This is the closest I have to an Earth-based G1 Optimus. Is Siege Optimus. So yeah, there you go. So that's pretty much it for the vehicle mode. So let's get down to the transformation, shall we? Now, transformations, it's MP-10, so it's going to transform the exact same. So what you're going to do is you're going to take these panels and flip them up over the wheels. You're going to take these gas cans and untab them and bring them up on this double hinge. Split the legs. Untab these panels and flip them around. For the toe and heel. Be careful, this one, don't want to hit the camera. Extend the leg. On the original MP-10, there would be a button, like right around here, that you'd have to press to slide the leg back in. This figure does not have it, but still, the legs hold themselves pretty well. Like, they're not gonna drop despite all of the die cast that's in the legs. Let me raise the camera back up right quick. Those pushes in, you're going to take these and bring these out. They're on the same pin, so they come out at the same time. This thing is stupid loose, and I can't tighten it because the screw is right there, and I can't get to it. This side is really tight, though, so I'm going to take the arms and, do the G1 thing and bring them out and bring them forward. And pull them out and bring them out. Just get them out of the way. And take these panels and fold them in. Extend the arm. Bring this panel down. Rotate this so that the hand is out. Straighten the arm out. Extend the arm. Take this panel, bring it out. Flip the hand out. Bring it in. Straighten the arm out. Open the chest up. Bring out the head and rotate it 180. I would leave it like this, but the mouth plate actually causes the panel to stick, to not be flush with the rest of the body. So I rotate it back and then bring it in, and then the thing gets flush. But anyway, and take this and bring it up. And I guess I'll show the matrix now, and I'll take this accessory because it helps get the matrix out. Come on. 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 There we go. And now that I got it out, let me go get some other matrices to compare it to. Alright. Let me take this off camera so the camera can focus. Here is the matrix. You can see there's a lot of paint that's chipped off. It's done in silver, bronze with a transparent blue gem in the middle, and you can't open it. It's very loose though. But it's done in die cast. Looks nice. And for comparison, here it is with the matrix that came with Kingdom Galvatron. This matrix is the same mold as came with almost every Optimus figure, like Earthrise, 86 Hot Rod, Kingdom Rodimus, Kingdom Galvatron. I believe SS86 Commander Magnus has it, as well as SS86 Optimus. There's this matrix. And then here's the matrix that comes with the G2 Laser Prime mold / Legacy Scourge / Toxitron. So there you go. Well, let me get this back in his chest. It's probably going to be quite difficult. Frick. I fell on the floor. There we go. There we go. On MP-10, there's a little panel here that's molded after the cover of the Matrix Chamber in the 86 movie. This figure does not have it, just it's covered by the bumper. Take these bits and fold them back, and then take the wheel well and fold it back there. Not sure why I said wheel well like that. And bring it up. Bring it back. You can see the light reflecting off the bumper. Bring it up. Bring it up. Bring that up. You're going to take this bit here and untab it. And bring it forward on the double hinge. And then you got a tab right here. It's going to go to a slot right there. So just tab that in. And you got little slots right here in the windshields that'll go over that tab right there. And close up the chest. Rotate the waist 180. Bring the arms in. And here you have the KBB MP-10V in his robot mode. And it's MP-10. It's not really much to talk about. But still, it still looks nice. And reason I bought this is I was bothered by the Earthrise Prime's proportions. Because like right here was very squished on Earthrise, and of course you had the wheel wells back here were on his butt. He basically had tire butt cheeks. That's basically what he had. He had tire butt cheeks. So the proportions were off on this, but here is still the proportions are nice. But let's get closer on that head sculpt. It's the MP-10 head sculpt. Nothing new here. Still a fantastic head sculpt. It looks like it's supposed to have light piping, but the light piping doesn't really work because his eyes are painted blue, which I'm very happy with because I heard the light piping on the original MP-10 did not work at all. His eyes looked dead. Sorry for not keeping it in frame. Whereas on the American release, that was a Toys R Us exclusive, they painted the eyes, which I'm glad they took note with the American version. So a nice dark blue for the helmet, silver for the head crest, silver for the mouth plate. I mentioned the chest, chrome for the grill labs, nice gold for the waist, the blue crotch, gray for the thighs, silver for these bits as well as inside the leg here. Feet you've already seen. Gold for the yellow bits here. Yeah. And moving on to the back. Fairly clean transformation. Some nice piston detailing here. Got some black. Some more gray. This is loose as hell, but I kind of have a remedy for that. Got some black here on the back of his arms. And yeah. Now, articulation-wise, his head, it's on a hinge at the top of the neck. So you can look up. So you can look up about that far, but then you have the transformation, like the panel, the hinge that the panel is on. If you want to get him to look more up and down. And then the head's on a swivel. The arms can do a full 360. You can pull them out and they go out that far, which is not that far by today's standards. But back then it was pretty good. Also not breaking up the sculpt. Actually, I'll keep this out. You can use a transformation joint. What the heck is a joint? Joint to get a backwards butterfly joint. You got a bicep swivel. Yeah, it's squeaky as heck. You got an elbow bend with 90 degrees. You got a wrist swivel. Hands can open and close. The three bottom fingers are one solid piece with a hinge at the base, and then the index finger has a hinge at the base and a hinge there. You got a waist swivel. Despite the amount of die cast, it doesn't take much. His legs cannot support the weight of the die cast. I mean, you put him in a pose, he'll support himself, but like, break his leg, but like, doesn't take much for his leg to drop. But his leg can go forward that far, you can go back that far. A nice ratchet. It's weak, but it sounds nice. Outward, you can almost do the full splits, but the sculpt kind of gets in the way. You got a thigh swivel. As well as a swivel under the knee. Like I said, the knee can bend both ways. But the knee can bend about that, a little under 90. The ratchet's a lot stronger on the knee for some reason. And then the feet can move up slightly. And you have some decent pivot. My arm hurts from trying to reach over the camera. It looks like he's like about to do some dances. Now, one of the accessories I do not use because it's dinky to me. It's very small to me. It's actually stored in his back. You come around here, you can pull out his back. You come in here, close that up, and you have this little thing. You unfold that, bring that down. That's where a button would be to spring unfold it. And you have his rifle. It's more like a pistol, really. It's all done in black. Nicely molded, but it's small as heck. Oh, frick. But it's a masterpiece figure, so it has the tab. You have the tab in the slot. Tab in the slot of palm. But he doesn't really hold it all that well. Like, you can wrap his fingers around it, but you can see just how small it is in his hand. Like, that looks like a pistol, not a rifle. And doesn't take much, too. Oh, you're gonna make a liar out of me, huh? Fine. But still, it's too small for me. What I like to give him, actually, is, for his rifle, is this. The Matrix Workshop Ion Blaster. That's the 3D printed piece. You kind of see the print. You kind of sort of see the print. But still, this is a rifle. It's like, look at the size of the difference. Look at the size difference. Yeah. So let me just fold this back up into its little box and shove it back in his back. Now this is a 5mm peg because this was printed to go with Siege Optimus, or I guess Earth. I saw when I bought it, it had Siege Optimus on as in the picture. It could go with either Siege or Earthrise Optimus, or anyone with a 5mm peg or port, I should say, in their hand or wherever. But he can kind of sort of hold this, put it in his hand, and just wrap his fingers around it, and he does hold it tight enough. He'll drop it, but still. That's way more of a rifle than the one he came with. Now, another accessory he comes with that I like to use is a jetpack. It's molded after Sideswipe's jetpack, but it's done in gray with a silver strip, even though it's supposed to be red. But I don't mind. You got some transclearant thrusters that are on ball joints, and you have the two pegs, which go into these two screw holes in his back, and that's what I use to keep that bit from flopping around. And then the final accessory or one of the final accessories he has is his Energon axe, which comes in 2 pieces. Now, one funny thing about this axe, as well as these 2 ports up top on the jetpack, are 5mm ports. Or the ports, they're ports on the jetpack, but the axe's peg here, it's a 5mm peg. So if you want, you can plug it into the hands of your other figures. It's like a hand axe. And that looks kind of cool, honestly. But we know what this is for. Plug it in here. And then it specifically goes over the right hand because there's a groove for the thumb. But there you go. Yeah, the Optimus all armed up. The last 2 accessories he comes with are kind of weird. Or one of the last. One of them. He comes with this die-cast sword, which the length of the peg, he can't really hold it right on this handle because like his hand, it'll flop around his hand. And this one, he'll hold it, but it's still very loose. But if you've been in the community for the past, if you've been in the TF fandom for fan base for a while, you may recognize this sword, which is done in silver with a bit of gold in the blade. Focus camera. One side did another coat. I feel like one side did a better coat than the other. But if you if you've been around since 2014, you may recognize it if you're really nerdy like me. Because this is the sword that came with the first edition, like the premiere edition, or whatever it was called, and then the leader class, the American release for the leader class, Age of Extinction Optimus. Like this is the sword he came with. It wasn't this exact sword, but like this was the mold of his sword for the first edition figure and the leader class. Why this G1 Optimus comes with an Age of Extinction sword, I have no clue. But it will fit in your 5mm hands. But you have that, and then you have, comes in 2 pieces. This bit of gray is plastic, but the rest of the stock is die-cast done in black. And then here's the rest of it. Yes, for some reason he comes with a Megatron in gun mode. So you want Megatron in gun mode, it just slots in. Yes, he can hold it. I'm not going to try and get into his hand because I don't want to bother with it. But there you go. And yes, it's both. They're all die-cast. Why it comes with these, I don't know. I don't know why it comes with these. And then the last 3 accessories he comes with are some alternate heads. Now, obviously, the current head he has on is the MP-10 sculpt. But he also comes with this head sculpt with a more defined mouth plate, along with this head sculpt, which has more of a aligned look to it, which I kind of like. Aligns, and then you have an Orion Pax head sculpt, which is kind of cool. And they all have a screw on the back. Take it apart, take the head apart, put the head together. But for some reason, all 3 of the alternate heads have this weird issue where when you plug it in, they're all constantly stuck looking up for some reason, and I don't know why, so I don't really use them. They look cool though, but they don't really want to work. But there you go. Whew. My back hurts from stretching this far. Now for comparison. Here he is with Legacy United Animated Optimus. Interesting. It's interesting to me looking at animated next to the G1 look. Back when doing stylized G1 wasn't the norm. Literally, it was this guy and then classics. Those are the only 2 G1 looking Optimuses we had back in the day. Now everything has to be G1 Optimus. But there you have that. Here he is with Legacy Scourge, aka the G2 Laser Prime mold. Interesting, I was always interested, again, interesting change from the flat nose to this. Quite interesting change there. There you have that. Here he is with the base figure for the Siege Galaxy Upgrade Optimus. And yes, mine does have the DNA kit on him, and yes, I did go ahead and put the armor bits on him to make it look like basically the base Cybertron figure. So there you have that. Sorry about that. Wait. I forgot I hadn't paused it yet. Here he is with the full Galaxy Upgrade Optimus look. Again, yes, with the DNA kit, so he's much taller. So there you have that. Here he is with Studio Series 05 Optimus. And again, Bayformers! I really want to get the premium finish for this figure because while this paint job was decent for a mainline figure, premium finish makes it look so much better. So there you have that. Here he is with Siege Voyager Optimus. Which I think this, like, for doing like the space truck thing, I think this looks pretty good. But there you have that. And for my final trick, here he is with Toy World's Hegemon. Will you stand? He'll fucking stand! Yippee! Once you watch the review, you'll understand why I'm very angry at this figure. But there you have that. So, but as far as this figure goes, great for its time, but has recently been outclassed by a brand new figure. But overall, still, especially for like $30, I bought this thing for $30. I think $30 was a good deal. Speaking of which, I forgot to mention, aside from the Matrix gun and Megatron and Age of Extinction sword, the other bits of diecast on this figure include the tops of the toes and the heels, these panels right here, all the rims, and then the front bits, and then the windshield bits are all diecast. So in total, that's 20 bits because also the front. He has a die-cast diaper. Yeah. 20 pieces of die-cast. So this thing has a lot of heft to it, and you can understand why the legs have a hard time holding it up, because they're trying to hold up all the plastic plus 10 bits of die-cast. So, but still. It was a great figure for its time. It still looks amazing as a display piece. But if you're looking for a Geo Optimus, go get the Commander one. Granted, it's way more expensive than how much I paid for this, but still, $90 for the Commander price point for nice plastic, a complex transformation for an Optimus Prime anyway, plus a giant trailer, roller, 6 different blueshing bits, a gun and an axe, animatrix. I'd say $90 is worth it for the Commander, but as far as this goes, if you want a cool MP-10 display, I recommend it, but if you're looking for a good Geo Optimus, go get the Commander. But that will do it for this episode. So thank you all so much for watching. Subscribe, click the notification bell, keep updated with all my future reviews and the future projects I'm going to work on. This is Ronus Magnus, signing off.